Okay, we're back. The ETZ-11 adapter. You're going to see some videos with this. Great adapter. I updated the firmware to 3.40. It worked pretty good. Sony lenses was great. I put it back in the butter cookie can, and I used it on the Z50. And I have the kit lens back on. And with the PZ on the Sony, you just hit the switch and it goes up and down. This, you have to do it manually. But it worked pretty good. Let's see. There you go. And let's get a little bit focused, shall we? All right. Let's do the small rig, see if it focuses on that. Yep, it did. And let's say the Nikon. Yep. CV1 is pretty good. So I'm going to show you some videos, and this is using the Megadap ETZ-11 adapter on this camera, Nikon Z50. Enjoy. All right, so I think I'm going to change the volume from 20 to 15, but I'm going outside. See the mailman. Yeah, I have to fix that. So it's like the winter grass is growing in. A lot of clover. I should put some Xenon. But I'm trying out the 16 to 50. It's the PZ power zoom. A little wind. So let's try the power zoom to see if it works. There we go. So we're at 50, 5.6, and now it's at 3.5 at 16. And this is on the Z50, folks. Pretty good, huh? Let's go in here and out of the wind. I don't want any wind noise. There's the garage. There's all my camera boxes. So let's do a power zoom again. Isn't that better? 15 millimeters, 5.6. Looks good. Looks sharp. And I'm using the LCD screen in the back of the camera. I got the small rig cage with the handle. So I got a good grip. There is no IBIS in here. It might be digital, but I'll have to take a look at it. But anyway, for a small Z50 camera, APS-C does a great job. I'm just trying out this video real quick. Let's open up the car. So I added a new camera. I got the R8 out with the 3 extra batteries. Here's the Nikon APS-C with the Z30 and the ZFC in there. Here's all the Canon lenses. There's the R6 Mark II. There's the ZVE10. There's the ZVE1 Mark II. Z8. Lenses down here. I got the ZF and the Z9. So I'm ready to do some shooting. This is my last week before I retire. So anyhow, let me make sure it's all the way in. Yep, it's all the way in. So this is a quick video, and this is with the 16 to 50. It's 3.5 to 5.6. Pretty sharp, pretty clear. As you can see, it focuses very well. And let's try the next lens. Okay, I'm shooting again on this aperture priority. 1/30th of shutter speed, f3.5, 16 millimeters, ISO 100, 125. Okay, 140. I'm going to zoom. So I had the stabilization off. How's the video quality? It looks good. Outside. Let's zoom out. I'm looking for any oddball shapes. I got auto distortion control on. I'm walking around to look for jittering. Looks good. This is the kit lens, folks. Sony kit lens PZ zoom, power zoom, 16 to 50 on a Nikon Z50. Pretty stable. Very good camera. Okay, so I got the 70 to 350 Sony E-mount lens, the G lens. This is at 70. So you can see how everything is close. Let's look at some weeds. All right, let's move it to, let's say, lock it first. There we go. 200, 135, 200. Let's go all the way to 350. Look how close that is. And you see, I'm just moving it. It focuses on. Let's keep it right there for now. $70, $350. And if you can see how close everything looks. Let's go to a house, shall we? So let's see if I can get in focus. There we go. Let's go to the roof, shall we? 70. And that's about 1,000 feet away. So this is 70 millimeters. I'm sorry, now it's at 70 millimeters. I'm sorry, 350 millimeters. Now this is 70. Look at the clouds. It's windy. Let's see if I can get my dog in here. Yep. Here's Wanda. This is the ETZ-11 adapter. Okay. Trees, wind, grass. I'll catch it one of these days. Maybe it'll snow. But it's going along. Look at the roof. You can see how close 350 is. Look at that. I just move it there and the focus is on that. Move it back.
So this is a 7350. Let's try another lens, shall we? Okay, new lens. 55 to 210. Very light. It looks like a thermos, all right? With the lens hood on, it really does look like a thermos. But let's look at this tree right here. We're zooming in. Let me turn it this way. So this is at 210, 6.3. And this is 4.5 at 55. 55, 210, 55. Very light lens. I love it. They don't talk about it much. I don't know when. Let's do it again. And as you can see, everything's in pretty well focused. Let's look at the bird bath. Okay, go back. And it stays in focus, all right? It looks good. Let's do it this way. Okay. Now I'm using the viewfinder, all right? Because I can't see the LCD screen in the sunlight. So let's turn them back to 55. So let's just walk around a little bit. I can see it. I'm trying to be as stable as possible. I don't think this lens is stabilized. We got the VR on, but I don't think it. You need a lens to be stabilized to get it working. So the next video, I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna turn off the stabilization, and then we'll see how it performs. So it's at 55. So you'll see a crop right now. When I turn off the stabilization, you'll see a wider field of view. And there you go, wider field of view. Crop is off. So let's look at the door. Going all the way to 210. Same way. All right. There we go. I'm holding it. Yeah. Looks good. It stays in focus. Let's look at the grass, shall we? Let's get some good clover. It's windy out. I'm using the Rode lavalier mic. So that's 210. That's 55. Let's look at this leaf, see how close I can get. I'll move, get in focus, hopefully. There we go. I'm in focus. There we go. Pressing the wrong one. Sorry about that. pressing the wrong, there we go. I'm just moving it a little bit, and it's focus breathing. Interesting. That's the first time I've seen it focus breathe. So let's take a look at the leaf. So when I had it at 210, it was focus breathing, and I might have been too close. It's clear now. So I'm about 4 feet away, standing over it. Now it's staying in focus. I was just too close, that's why it was focus breathing. So this is the 55 to 210. Let's try another lens. Okay, this is the 16 millimeter f1.4. I'm walking along. Stabilization is off. There's Wanda. So this is a Sigma f1.4. ISO should be on auto. So I go in the dark. Yep. So it goes 1/2000, so it's blinking. If I go in sunlight, it stops blinking. If I go in the shadow, it's blinking on the shutter speed. Interesting. Yeah. So the clover's taken over here with some winter grass. You can see how small Wanda is. So if I do f2, f2.8, 1000, 2000, but it's not blinking. If I do 4.5, it's 1/250th the shutter speed. 500 if I go into the shadow. Sunlight, 250. I'd put it at 5.6. Yep, same thing. So is it more sharper? Let's take a look. So right now, you're looking at Wanda. 1/25th at 5.6. Should be sharp. Do 6.3, 7.1, 8. Yeah, she's getting around. Let's look at this tree. So this is 16 millimeter, 1/250th f8, 1/500. Aperture priority. Now I'll go inside. 1/60th, 1/30th at f8. Let's see how dark it gets. Okay, 8000 ISO, 1/30th of the shutter speed, f8. So let's go back to 1.4. 320 ISO, 1/30th of a shutter speed. When I go to the sunlight, it goes to 1/2000. ISO is going around. But you can see how stable everything is. Let me get so I'm walking in the only light I got is from the windows. This is a 16 millimeter Sigma. So I'm walking around, no stabilization. This camera's doing pretty good. Go to the dark, 2500, 1/30th, f1.4. So it does real well on the inside. Okay. Just have to change it a little bit. And as you can see, this is a dark area. 5000 ISO. So if I go to the dark, come back, see how it brightens up? So the ISO is changing. Now this is the darkest room, but look, it's incredible. 16,000 ISO. This camera is performing well, folks. There's no bad camera. This is an APS-C. Now there is a little focus breathing. I went back to focus. So this new firmware update is doing a great job. The ETZ-11 adapter, and you can see me in the mirror, is doing a great job. There you have it. This is the guest bedroom. So let's go to another lens. Okay, new lens, new battery. So I haven't really been videoing much, but I only got two more after this. This is a 30mm Sigma. So you see things a little bit clearer, a little bit closer. You can see all the lenses I'm using. There's the Z9. Let's shine some light, see if it stays in focus. So you see the little focus breathing? That's a problem with this lens. And it may be because it's not a tight fit. Okay, so if I move away, it should stay in focus. So I'm just walking around the office. That's a reflection off of a TV. Now you see, it's not clear, is it? So it's not focusing right. And I don't think there's a switch on here for autofocus or manual focus. So let's do something about that. Okay, now it's in focus. But you see, no focus breathing, and it could be the white contrast. So this lens has a little problem with focusing. But once you're in a set, you see, low focus breathing. That's the problem with this one. And I'm not touching anything, it's just reconfiguring. See, look. Just by moving, just staying still. Move closer. So you see, if it stays in this position, it's good. If I move back, then you see? It's refocusing. So it's doing auto-focusing pretty good. I noticed that it has a little problem with glass. So I'm trying to focus with this. There we go. Come on. There we go. Finally. See, that's the problem. It's just some lenses have a harder time with certain cameras. I have this problem with the Sony too. Okay, let's try something else. Okay, this is a full frame lens. So the light's off. This is the 50 millimeter f1.8 nifty 50. I'll give it like what, a 75 millimeter equivalent. She doesn't like looking at the camera, but no light in this hallway. You can even see the dust. I can't see it because it's dark, but look how bright this camera can pick it up. Yeah, it's focusing. This is the 50 millimeter. You can feel it focusing. See? Just like the 30 millimeter, but it does focus quicker. I don't know if it's because it's a full frame lens. Come on. See, it's not doing its job. See, look at that. Not even focused. There we go. Now it is. Very dark in this room. As you can see, it's really dark in here. It just, so the ISO is at 160. There's this dark areas. I'm just moving around. See if things get in focus. This is the Z50, folks. DVD collection. Let's see if Wanda gets, nope. So I have to press half shutter in order to get her in focus. So the colors look accurate on the LCD screen, okay? That's what I like about the Nikons. I want to see the colors as they are, not a purplish blue. So let's go out. Now, the recording time counts downward of what's left on the SD card on this Nikon camera. Some cameras give you, like on the Z30, how long you've been recording. So this is outside. That's at f1.8. It's doing a pretty good job. There's Wanda. Okay, let's go to the last lens I'm going to try. Okay, so this is my favorite lens, the Sigma 56 millimeter, which is an 84 millimeter equivalent to full frame. You can see how sharp she is. And it's dark. So let's walk around. If I get too close, she'll be out of focus. I'll just show you. So there's no, yeah. So, she, you know, she's still good. I'm about, about 3 feet away from her. But look how sharp it is. She just doesn't like me doing this. You can see low focus breathing. That's probably because she was moving. So you see, it's trying to figure out what to focus on. So I got like half on the window. There it goes. It took a while. You see a focus breathing, but I think it's checking the depth, you know, with the metering. But if I do a little contrast, now you can see a little focus breathing, but it gets the right shade. If I do the column, so it's trying to figure out, well, what is he focusing on? See? It's not focusing. But if I go here, there it goes. And if I go back here to the column, so see, sometimes it misbehaves. You just have to redo stuff. Yeah, I'll just walk toward here, the living room. Getting closer. Let's turn it this way, shall we? So I just want to, yeah, if finally you can read it, okay? Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. Yeah. Can you read that? Is it clear? That should be a little bit clearer right there. And then, if I do it this way, let's see how close I can get. See it, the low focus breathing. Friends are the family you choose. All right, look at this boat. See, it does low focus breathing by moving in and out, just recomposing. So when you have light on your subject, it does a pretty good job. So it's doing pretty good with this lens. I'm amazed. See, low focus because, so it's yellow right here. That's the actual color of the column. If I go to the other side, it has a dark, or it has a problem when looking through the dark side of the column. Okay. Did it again.
So, folks, thank you for tagging along. Z50. I have the Nikon kit lens 16 to 50 back on here. But you can see with this camera, and I had pretty good stabilization, even if there's no IBIS in the computer, just digital. But I had a small rig handle, cage, and then, of course, the grip on the camera. So it stayed pretty steady. I try not to be too jerky. You can, in this video, you saw some focus breathing, but that's normal with those lenses that I used. I used the 50 millimeter Nifty 50 f1.8 on here also. So you can use full frame and APS-C lenses just like you can with the Nikon. The camera worked good. It doesn't have USB-C. It has a micro USB, but it still performed pretty good, especially in the dark. I was shocked. And with the new firmware and then also the update to the Megadap ETZ-11 adapter. That's what I was looking for. So, you know, for a pretty cheap camera now, that's still a good camera. It doesn't look retro style, but it does have an EVF, and it's pretty easy to hold. So anyway, if you like this type of content, please give me a like, subscribe. Any questions or comments, put it down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, I shall see you then. Goodbye, folks.